All right, guys, another thing I've never showed you guys on this channel is our 2018 Jeep Wrangler Sport S, 4-door, unlimited JLU. And this thing we've had for about 3 years, and it's getting ready to go back to the dealership because we just put in an order for a 21 Rubicon 4xe. So this is the new plug-in hybrid Rubicon. You can drive like up to 21 to 25 miles on pure electric. And then I think it's about a 400-mile range. But anyway, I don't care about gas mileage. The reason why we're getting this new 4xe is because the electric motor gives it an extra 100 horsepower. So instead of the turbo 4-cylinder having like 283 horsepower, something like that, it now has 375 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque. So it's almost on par with the 6.4 liter 392, right? And we're also getting a $7,500 federal tax credit for it being a plug-in hybrid. So it's the best of both worlds. It just makes sense because, honestly, I would love to have the 392, but I think it starts at like $72,000, and you still got to add options. It's just way too expensive. So the Rubicon 4xe with that tax credit, it just makes a lot of sense. So we're super pumped. We're going to be getting it this week, but I've got to do a bunch of stuff to our current Wrangler to get it back to stock to be able to turn it back. So some of the things we've got to do, I need to get this grill back out. This grill insert is going to go into the new Rubicon that we're getting. I'm going to pull off this sticker. These stickers that I put on, I think they're fine. I'm just going to keep those on. I don't think there's any issue. I also have Rubicon wheels. I need to swap out back to the sport wheels. And I'm probably going to take off the Rubicon side skirts. So I might just take those off, sell those. But kind of the main thing that I'm a little bit worried about is I do have a Flowmaster muffler delete. See if I can kind of show you guys where is this thing? Oh, tucked back up. So yeah, this was stainless, but it looks like maybe it wasn't stainless. But anyway, it should be pretty simple. It's like one bolt and a hanger, so as long as it slides off, it should be fine. But what I found out is actually I have the V6 right now, and even on this new 4xe with the turbo 4-cylinder, I guess that delete pipe will still work. So I may put it on. May sound cool with the turbo 4-cylinder, but we'll see. So I also picked up this new creeper the other day from Harbor Freight. So I think it was like 35 bucks, but pretty sweet, rolls really well. I actually bought it for using the death cart to make the exhaust. I figured I was going to be under there a lot, so might as well do it. But I'm thinking it's going to help me a lot on the Jeep. And look, it kind of matches the Mojito color of the Jeep, so double cool. So here's the factory muffler that we took off a few years ago. So all we got is just basically one bolt connecting it to the pipe, and then we got a hanger. But then this also has to get bolted back up, and it's just 2 bolts. So I'm hoping when I took it off, I think I put the bolts back and just screwed them back in so I can pop those back out, pop them back in. This should be 5 minutes to get it back in. I'm just hoping this pipe comes off. I'm a little bit worried that when I loosen it, it's going to be kind of stuck on there. So let's hope we can get that out. What do you think, Cameron? You think it's going to be easy or hard?
A little hard and a little easy.
All right, let's find out. All right, so you can see what we're doing with here with this Flowmaster piece. So compared to the factory muffler, you can see how much smaller this thing is, but we got one bolt here, that's it. And then just a hanger, kind of hard to see, but we just got to pop that off. I'm spraying it with a bunch of PB Blast, and hopefully this thing will come right up. All right, so a little update. This bolt up here came off real easy, slid that down. We took off 2 bolts to be able to pull off this rubber gasket. There just wasn't enough room to push it this way. So popped off 2 bolts, they were super easy. And then this was stuck like we thought, right? So I was able to kind of come back and stick in my screwdriver in here and just hit it with a hammer, kind of pry this metal back around it, and now it's loose. So now I just got to keep wiggling for a minute or two. This should pop right off, and then we can start putting on the muffler. So you can see quite a bit of difference, especially weight savings with this Flowmaster Delete versus the stock muffler. So it's quite substantial. I'd say this probably weighs 30-40 pounds. This is probably under 10, I would guess. I was going to hopefully reuse this on the 4xe, but now that I had to kind of bend this, I'm not so sure. I mean, I could bend it back probably and then slip the clamp back around, but I thought this thing was stainless, but it must be, but it just must be a crappy crappy kind of the OEM factory version of stainless versus like 304 or, you know, something else that we'd usually see. So I don't know, after 3 years it already looks pretty crappy. So I don't know if I'm going to put that back on, just because I think in 3 years after that, when I go to take it back off again, there might be nothing left of this thing. So anyway, it was pretty cheap. I think this was like under $100, 80 or 90 bucks. So if you're going to do it on your JL, I definitely think it's cool, especially for the V6. Gave it a nice sound. Not sure how it would be with the 4-cylinder, but I'm sure you would get some turbo whistle coming through the exhaust, which might be kind of cool. But anyway, let's get it back to stock and then see if we got time to move on to anything else. All right, guys, got it all back in there, so we're good to go on the muffler. Pretty simple. Luckily, wasn't too much of a job, so that's great. Now, all right, now we're gonna see if we can pull off these Rubicon side rail things. I forget what they're called right now, but anyway, pop those off, and then maybe if I get a chance, I'll pull that sticker off. Wheels will definitely not be today, but those are no big deal. Pop those on and off tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. And then who knows? Maybe by the middle of the week, we'll have our new Hella Yella 4xe Rubicon. All right, so there really ain't much to these side rails. There's basically getting crazier, three big bolts along the body here. And then there's just a few 10 millimeter bolts along here. So maybe, I don't know, four or six. Anyway, that's it. Take those off, this whole thing pops off. So these are really not much to them. Super easy install. I think I picked these up used for like 75 bucks for the pair. So it just makes it look a lot nicer. I think it makes, you know, kind of a crappy Sport S, you know, it just looks a lot more finished than having the this body seam, whatever this is called right here. So anyway, and today I have to get off this sticker, which I already took it off. I don't know how well it shows up there, but I just have to get off the residue and then get the wheels popped off. I've got the original Sport S wheels I've got to swap back on, and then the final thing will be getting rid of the grille, putting back on the stock one. So I'm gonna take you through the rest of that, and then we're ready to turn this thing in, and hopefully tomorrow we'll get the new Jeep. Here's the money shot. Stock wheels, Rubicon wheels. Definitely way cooler with the Rubicon. But we're getting a Rubicon, and it's gonna have actually a little bit different wheels. Now they're just completely black, so I think I like these better, but I'm not swapping them again. Once is enough. All right, wheels are done. Now we're on to swapping the grille. And from what I remember doing this about a year ago, is we just got like 5 of these clips that come off, and then I think we literally just pop this off, and then I think this grille is just sitting in there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything holding it in besides the pressure of this being snapped in. And then I got to figure out how the original grille goes back. Looks like I got some screws. So yeah, I got to figure this out. But anyway, it'll be a good refresher because this grille is going to go right onto the new Jeep. So if we get it tomorrow, I'll probably literally just drive it right in here and then swap it out. So that way I already have all the tools, everything's ready, fresh in my mind, good to go. Now for clips like these, you can just use a screwdriver. That's often what I've done, but I do have some of these plastic tools. So what I like to do is you can pop it in there, get it up, and then you can just use this guy to pop it the rest of the way. Comes right out, easy peasy. So there's not much to those. So I got these kind of already popped out and loose. Literally just pop those out, pull it. What do we got? A couple left here. Got this one and this one. Grab these, don't lose these things. That'll suck. But anyway, that's it. So once this is out, now there's like a clip down here and a clip down here. You've kind of got to just pull and pray because you don't want this thing to break. But anyway, top that off. This thing will be out. All right, boys, that's it. Like I said, there's just some clips that kind of go into all these holes. I'll show you on the back side. So that's all that's being pulled out. Literally, it's just pressure. Don't be too scared. Mine popped right out, even banged into the bumper. Still didn't scratch it. So don't worry too much. You're good to go. Now, I do want to rep this grill insert. I got this thing off Amazon. It's just one of these cheap, Chinese ones. It's like $30. But I've had it on here a year. Probably, I don't know, 8,000 or 10,000 miles. I mean, we drove from Detroit all the way to Yellowstone, like 5,000 miles within 2 weeks. And this thing was freaking loaded with bug guts, everything, and it all just cleaned right off. There's not a sign of rust on it at all. The paint, the powder coat, whatever, looks great. So I'm super excited. We'll see how it lasts the next 3 years on the new Jeep. All right, boys, so coming back to this grill, there's the 3 pieces. As far as I can tell, these just kind of lay on top, and then make sure on the sides, this stuff I believe is going to go underneath the middle part. And then anyway, there's just screws that all connect it, and then there's these clips that you got to push down. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get all these pushed down. Hopefully I did it right, and then I should be able to get these 6 screws back in, and then that's it. I just pop this thing back in, reversal, we're done. The only thing we got left after that is just to get some rubbing compound and try to clean off the stuff on this hood, and then this baby is done. All right, so we got these screws back in. I think there's just 6, 2, 4, 6. These ones, yeah, I think these guys are like, no, these are it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 actually. And then, there's some screws right here that you might think are them, but they don't actually, they're not needed. So it's just these 8, we're done. We can go ahead and pop it back in. All right, so I got the sticker off, and I've still got a bunch of residue left. I don't have any Goo Gone here, so I ended up trying to use a whole bunch of stuff, wax and grease remover, and even some light rubbing compound, but it did better. It got some of it off. I even tried clay barring some of it, but it just doesn't work. I was just hoping I wouldn't have to go to the store, but I'm gonna have to go get some Goo Gone. So let's try that, and then we'll see how it goes. All right, boys, we're back from the store. We got some Goo Gone. I just got it sprayed up on here. Gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then probably use a little bit coarser rag like this one here. I think this is gonna help us to get a little scrub, get that off there. So we'll see what happens. And the Goo Gone was what we needed. Got it gone, looks good. And that's it, guys. Got this Jeep all ready to go to turn into the dealership tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be bringing home the new 4xe. And this will be gone. And we'll be cruising with our first plug-in hybrid. That's it, guys. If you like it, please subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.